Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Chuck, and welcome back to TheSkolZone. Today, we're going to be doing our Week 5 predictions. If you guys do enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So, last week, I went 9-7, which is not the best, but, of course, it's not the worst. You know, I was still positive and everything. It wasn't that bad, but there was a lot of games that I whiffed on, a lot. So today I am going to redeem myself. Now, I didn't make a video last week. I was taking a couple breaks here and there. But I'm going to be back to making weekly content, specifically predictions and ranting about the Vikings, because that's going to happen a lot. I'm going to try to live stream some Viking rants, so like post-game for the Vikings and stuff like that. You get it. I'm not going to be doing it this week until like after Monday Night Football. I think I'm going to be doing I'm going to try to do weekly streams based on the games. So, so post Sunday Night Football, I'll be just probably streaming for a little bit to talk about the week, pretty much. Anyway, if you guys like this video, again, hit that like button, subscribe. We're trying to get to 250 subscribers. We are actually only 41 subscribers away, so that is nice for us. And yeah, let's get straight into this video. Starting with Thursday Night Football, we got the 3-1 49ers going to LA to play the 3-1 Rams. Now the 49ers, are coming off a 26-21 loss against the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. This game was just not going well for the 49ers. I believe they had multiple fumbles. I know that for sure. They had a total of 3 fumbles, which 2 were lost. Brock Purdy did throw 2 interceptions. One was not really his fault. He did overthrow Christian McCaffrey in that first interception. But in the second one, that one was totally his fault. He's definitely, I know where he was trying to hit, but he definitely didn't hit that where he was supposed to. He also got sacked one time, I believe. So the offensive line was all over him, which that's just that you can't do. Now the Jaguars did have Devin Lloyd play well, so he had a good game. The leading receiver was their running back, Christian McCaffrey, who obviously was really good. He had 92 receiving yards as a running back and 49 rushing yards as a running back. But he had a touchdown. Lake Tonjes had a touchdown as well. Jake Tonjes, my bad. But yeah, overall, this game didn't really give you that much hope. I don't really think it was a good game for the 49ers. I don't think the Jaguars played that well either, and you kind of lost to a team that I don't think is that good yet. Now, obviously, maybe they're still getting used to it. They're still hitting the groove, Finally, Brian Thomas Jr. had a good game. Brenton Strange continues to be doing well. Travis Hunter, obviously, had a good game when he got targeted. He got targeted 5 times and caught 3. They're not playing that good still. They still have yet to play good on offense. Now, defense, I think they've been a lot better than usual, or than last year, especially. Now, the 49ers on their depth chart, Brock Purdy is questionable, but he is expected to play. Brandon Ayuk is off IR, but he is not obviously going to play. Juwan Jennings is questionable right now. Ricky Pearsall is questionable. That's a bad thing. Mikael Williams and D. Winters are questionable, obviously. Nick Bosa is on IR, which you can tell that affected them a lot. I don't think they're that good of a team. I think 3-1, they should be probably 2-2 based on how they're performing. But, Brock Purdy's healthy. George Kittle, he's still on IR, but, Jake Tonjes is playing well for what he can, at least. Now with the Rams, on the other hand, the Rams, they actually beat the Colts, who were actually undefeated, the Colts. They beat them, I'm trying to find the score, 27-20. It was a lot closer than you think, though. Like, the Colts were super competitive. They had 2 times where they had a touchdown, but Adonai Mitchell messed that up, even though he was led in receiving. Not a very good thing. Puka Nacua is a beast. Like, he's probably going to win Offensive Player of the Year. I'm not going to lie. He's been insane this year. Kyron Williams has been good. Stafford's been very, very solid. His back is definitely not injured. I think the Colts are a good team, though. You would think that they would win by more based on how they performed in the past. But the Colts have been a good team, so it's not like the Rams, they won. In the end, they won. But I do have the Rams winning. I think it just makes the most sense because the Rams are just way better of a team, plus they're at home. So I don't really know how you can just say the 49ers are going to win. Maybe they'll win. Hopefully everyone's healthy. Everyone that can be healthy is healthy. But if not, it's not going to be a fun game. I'm going to say that because their defense does not look good yet this year, especially without Nick Bosa. Now we go to the international game in London. Minnesota travels to Cleveland. Well, they travel to face Cleveland. They travel to London, obviously, with their second back-to-back international game. I don't know if Minnesota's good. Obviously, I don't think they are. They're very injured right now. Looks like we're going to be missing Ryan Kelly again. Brian O'Neill, we're probably going to be missing him. Obviously, we're missing Aaron Jones. Obviously, we're missing Blake Cashman. Andrew Ginko might not even be playing again. I don't think J.J. McCarthy's playing. I think this is going to be I think it's going to be a Packers-type game. Like, Packers-Browns type game. It's going to be a very low-scoring game. But I'm almost so close to saying the Browns. I'm going to stick with my Vikings, obviously. I think we will pull up the win somehow because we're undefeated at London. So I'm just going to take that as a win for now. Okay, that's our second home. But I'm not confident at all. But we need this win. Realistically, the Vikings do need this win. I will be making a video on, I'm going to have it uploaded by Saturday. I think tomorrow I should be making it. But I will have a video by Saturday. Should be Saturday night. I'll be making a video where I'm going to break down this game and basically just do my official predictions of this game. This is like these aren't official, but these are official for you guys. So, okay, next we got the Raiders heading to Indianapolis to face the Colts. Let's talk about the Raiders real quick. They almost beat the Bears, but the Raiders did not look good. Geno Smith threw 3 interceptions. Ashton Genty, though, he was amazing. First actual good game. I believe he had a receiving and rushing touchdown. Then Max Crosby and the defense overall was amazing, but a blocked field goal at the end solidified their fate. The Colts, on the other hand, coming off their first loss of the season, 3-1. I didn't know if they're contenders yet, but this proved that they are. And I'm going to pick the Colts. I think it makes the most sense. They're a very well-put team. As long as Adonai Mitchell doesn't fumble again like he did, they should be good. Jonathan Taylor's going to have a bounce back week. Obviously, 71 yards is really good, but, Then we got the Giants heading to New Orleans, and the Giants got their first win. But at what cost? The cost of their best receiver's ACL. Now, they still won and still played well for most of the game. It was definitely a defensive game at the end once Malik Neighbors went out. I think they would have won by 10 if Malik Neighbors played the entire game. But yeah, so he's out for the season. Unfortunate, but injuries happen. There's nothing you can really do. He is my favorite player. So the fact that he's out, it just hurts. But Jackson Dart, congrats, boy, because that was a well-deserved win. Then we go to the Saints side, who actually were competitive for the first half against the Buffalo Bills, which you would think, what? But yeah, no, Spencer Rattler, I believe he's probably still starting. It would make sense. But they did overall lose. They didn't score any points in the second half, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't think the Saints are a good team. I think the Giants are not a good team, but they're not a bad team. So I'm going to pick the Giants. kind of wouldn't be upset if the, or wouldn't be surprised if the Saints win. Then we go to New Jersey to watch the Cowboys play against the New York Jets. Now, I don't know. Let me check real quick. I don't know if, what's his name? CeeDee Lamb is playing this game. I need to figure that out real quick. So, 1 second. He should be, realistically. But yeah, no, the Cowboys are coming off a 40-40 overtime tie over the Packers. And it seems like he is out. So, unfortunate. It seems like Tyler Booker is also out. So, another unfortunate. But I still think the Cowboys have proved that they're a good team. They don't need CeeDee Lamb. Jets are not good. Jets are buns. I think, they got my fantasy points for Garrett Wilson got my fantasy points at the end, but I don't think the score was close at all. So I am going to say the Cowboys. Yes, we'll have to see if I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised because it's the Cowboys. Next, we go to Philadelphia. The Denver Broncos facing the Eagles. I think it's obviously the Eagles. The Eagles are clearly the best team, but I think the Broncos are going to put up a fight, especially defensively. They've been really good on defense this year, and I wasn't shocked. I thought they were going to be one of the best teams in defense. Now, it is Pat Surtain versus Quinyon Mitchell. Pat Surtain even gave Quinyon Mitchell his flowers. I think both cornerbacks are really good. Now, it is going to be A.J. Brown, who's been very, very quiet, versus Pat Surtain. And Pat Surtain's, he locked down the best receiver in the league, quote-unquote best receiver in the league yesterday. I'm going to say Eagles, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos pull up an upset. Just saying. Next, we go to Carolina to watch the Miami Dolphins versus the Panthers. No, I am obviously going to say the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a lot better than they have been the first couple weeks. I think they've actually performed well recently. Unfortunate that Tyreek Hill is out for the season. He didn't seem like he cared anyway. It looked like he was laughing. Now, I could be wrong. Obviously, he probably does care that his leg is broken in half. But I don't see it. I don't see the Panthers winning. They've had one game where they look good. Next, we go to Baltimore to watch the Texans at Ravens. Now, this game would be a cool game to watch, but it's not because both teams just stink. I don't know if Lamar's going to play. I don't know if Joe Mixon maybe isn't going to play. Don't know if Roquan Smith or Nate Wiggins or basically everyone that's hurt. Marlon Humphrey. Everyone's hurt basically on the Ravens. If Cooper Rush is playing, the Texans win. If Lamar is playing, the Ravens win. Let's just stick at that. I'm going to put the Ravens because of that home. They should win. Realistically, the Texans have only been good on defense. They did shut out the Titans, but the Titans are the worst team in the league. So, can't really say much about that. Then, we go to, speaking of the Titans going to Arizona. Both teams very disappointing. I'm going to pick the Cardinals due to the Cardinals, being a better team overall. Maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. actually bounces back. I think Josh Sweat's and Calais Campbell are going to continue to build pressure on this very weak O-line. Cam Ward continues to struggle, 0-5. I want him to get his first win. I do. I like Cam Ward. We got the Selly. But, yeah. Then we go to Seattle to watch the Buccaneers with the disappointing loss, playing the Seahawks with a close, but realistically it wasn't that close, win over the Cardinals. So they did have a Thursday night game last week, so they will be, having more rest than normal. It's not like they need it, but I think just because it's in Seattle, I'm going to pick Seattle to win. I think Seattle's on their hot streak right now. I'm a big Sam Darnold guy because I'm a Vikings fan. And, you know, I think it just makes the most sense. Now, I think Mike Evans is probably still going to be out. Chris Godwin's back. Tristan Wirfs is back. Emeka Egbuka is continuing to be a star. It's going to be a good game. It's a game that you're going to want to watch. If you have YouTube TV and have NFL on YouTube TV, and you can combine multiple screens, you should definitely put that one on one of those. Next, we got the Detroit Lions going into Cincinnati. Now, this normally would be a good game, but Jake Browning is the quarterback. He sucks. I'm picking the Lions. The Lions have been on a hot streak. They continue their 4-win streak, and the Bengals continue to suck. And then maybe after this, they actually decide to trade for someone because clearly Jake Browning's not going to do it. Next, we got the Commanders with a disappointing loss, but they will have Jaden Daniels back, heading into LA to play the Chargers, who are also coming off a very disappointing loss. I think Joe Alt's still probably going to be out this game. I haven't heard anything about it. I'm going to pick the Chargers just because it's in LA, and I think Herbert's going to be wanting to get back at this game, or get back, and I think both teams are around the same. The Commanders with Jaden Daniels returning is going to be good for them, but they still don't have Terry. And, Debo should carry the team, obviously. Luke McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's brother, continues to score touchdowns, so there's that. Then, Sunday Night Football, divisional rival, AFC East. New England Patriots heading into the undefeated Buffalo Bills. Now, the Bills, as undefeated as they are, have not looked that good. They just haven't. Overall, their defense has not been that good. They almost lost to the Saints for a little bit. They did pull off. Obviously, Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. I don't know. I still don't know who the best quarterback in the league is. Some days I say Josh Allen. Some days I say Lamar. Some days I say Mahomes because look at him. Overall, though, I think the Bills win at home. I think, they're up. I wouldn't say they're upset. They're definitely, hyped up. I think the Patriots, as good as they played last week, it's the Panthers. Yes, they're coming off a 30-0 win the week before, but, it's the Panthers. It's not like you did that against the Steelers or something. No, you played that against the Panthers. Next, we got the Chiefs Monday night going into Jacksonville to play the hot Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, as good of an impressive win as I said that they had, they still haven't looked good. I don't think Trevor Lawrence has had 250-plus yards. I don't even think he's had 200 yards yet. But I think they're finally starting to click. Now, the Chiefs, also red hot. And I think the Chiefs are going to want to continue their streak. And I think the Chiefs just pull off the win. Patrick Mahomes, Xavier Worthy was really good. Isaiah Pacheco actually looked good. And that's the end of my video. If you guys do enjoy this video, again, please hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in a couple days, I believe. Peace.